nalaďte tam tie pozdravy YouTubeom, nalaďte tam podobné záležitosti. Že sa ideme pozrieť pekne krásne na veľmi, veľmi zapeklitý content. Niečo, čo nebude možno úplne tá najlepšia záležitosť a najpríjemnejšia. Všetci pomaly, podľa mňa milujeme nášho pána Grubbyho, ktorý predsa len akoby tam mal tú dlhú cestu, prišiel na dotu, konečne sa do toho akoby začal dostávať, išiel tam z Heraldu až na fucking Immortal, to je neskutočný run as fuck. A potom akoby na tom Immortale ale narazil a tá toxicita, všetko akoby to podobné sa akoby k nemu ako dostalo, čo podľa mňa príde ku každému jednému ako hráčovi vždycky. Proste taký ten ako zlomový bod, keď niekedy ako fakt si treba dať do toho povedzme trošku pauzu alebo niečo také. Každopádne pozdravte maminu. Ideme sa pozrieť, čo nám Grubby k tomu povie. Volá sa to I love Dota 2, but this may be the end. Here is why. Ja vám tam zapnem normálne aj titulky, aby ste náhodou niekto ako neboli ochudení.
Is one of the best games ever made. There were honestly times.
Dobrý, ja už som videl dostatok, ok, pozreli sme akoby dostatok videa, podľa mňa Dota 2 je jednoznačne, aj podľa mňa inak jedna z najlepšie kompetitívne akoby urobených, najkomplexnejších hier, aké proste kedy podľa mňa boli vyrobené a kedy budú vyrobené.
Where I felt like it is a 10 out of 10. Best game ever, best mobile I ever played, best game I ever played, better than Heroes of the Storm.
True and true.
Better than Warcraft 3 even.
On povedal, že je lepšie ako Warcrafty 3? Byl jsem zde.
In the moments that I was enjoying it, the game was insane. And you kind of hear it already. I'm not enjoying it as much right now, but it's not because it's not a good game. It has the best client that I've ever played with. The music is okay, the gameplay is insane, insanely good, very satisfying when you win. It constantly drives you to strive to get better and so on and so forth.
Súhlasím absolútne, normálne v tej dote sa furt musíš snažiť, furt sa tam akoby niečo deje, furt akoby sú tam veľmi signifikantné cute little things a všetko možné, čo sa tam akoby kurva deje. Tam môžu lolka sa môžu schovať, bežte tam do piči s tým lolkom.
But there's just one little problem. Some members of the community. I'm not going to generalize and say it's everybody, but there's too many. Too many people that are either watching or that you're playing with in solo queue ranked that just don't know how to have a good time anymore. These people are afraid of failure, they're afraid and paranoid of their teammates all the time. They don't know what it's...
To je na tom to najhoršie, že tá Dota tým pádom, proste celý ten, ako asi tak z 90% ten dôvod, prečo niekto akoby už nehrá Dotu, skoro ako, fakt ako z 90% to nikdy nie je dôvod Dota samotná, ale tí ľudia proste v tej Dote. Čo je kurva veľký rozdiel.
It's like to just have fun anymore, to practice, to try and get better, that it's sometimes okay to lose. So I'm not sure if I feel like playing the game
boxers.
This
Hello,
is
my
not
friend.
definitively the end for me. I recently took a 3-week break and I had a great time playing all kinds of different games. But in those 3 weeks, I didn't really miss Dota 2. I took the break.
Čo povedal? On si dal 3 týždne pauzu a jemu nechýbala Dota 2?
Because there were too many people that came to my chat if I'm practicing something that I'm not good at yet. And then saying, hey streamer, this hero that you're practicing that you're not good at yet, you're not good at him yet. Except the way that they say it is...
Ja to milujem takisto, Grubby. Speaks from my heart. To je presne klasický backseat gamer normálne z toho chatu. Je úplne presne, ja mám 500 hier na Nikesovi alebo viac. A niekto príde a povie mi, že mal by si robiť akoby faceku a armletu inak. A... Mal by si dať akoby rage inak. Jo.
This is 1k MMR at best. I'm 6k MMR, by the way. Took me 1.5 years. They would say things like, if you were on my team, I would be reporting you. Why are you griefing? This hero is not for you. And everyone starts somewhere. Everyone starts practicing somewhere. And in the 1.5 year that I've played Dota 2, I came a long way. I am so grateful for the reception that I've had in the Dota scene. I just started innocuously playing Dota 2 one day, part of my variety journey. I was going to try League, I was going to try Dota, and Dota 2 got its teeth in me. And it sounds predatory.
Ja som to vedel, že keď si tam skúsi tie lolka a všetko a kedy si sme akoby s Grubym tam akoby hrali hocka na tých top 200 EU, že jo, proste rankedoch a tak podobne. Ale proste dotička is the fucking best a tí najlepší rozpoznajú to najlepšie.
When I say that, but really...
Veď ja už som si to hej, starec je normálne tak starý, že už si ani nevšíma to, či si všimnem to, či si nevšimnem to, čo si všimol, ten, čo si nevšimol, všimnuté.
Dota 2 changed my life for the better. It was super pog, it was super hype starting to play Dota 2. The community was very welcoming. Pro players, streamers, they either knew me from Warcraft 3 times and my accomplishments.
Grubby, if you ever watch this, I love you, my friend. And I hope you come back to Dota and you will bloom like a flower. Fuck the toxic boys. My man.
Or they were curious to get to know. And I was curious to get to know them. Now, I know the game a lot better. And I appreciate the heck out of the Dota 2 creators that are there. People that have coached me, pro players, people that are casting the big events like Dream League and TI. I'll always be grateful for the people that I've met through Dota 2, both my viewers and fans, as well as the creators and streamers and casters. I've had such a good time with the game Dota 2. But why do I keep talking about it in past tense? Well, too many times, some of the games that I play in has people on my team that I just feel like I don't want them to win. They're acting like a toxic asshole.
Presne. Ja som to presne hovoril už akoby zo pár dní a tak podobne. Že presne to je presne ono, že ja niekedy mám ten pocit, že ani nechcem, aby ten cápek získal plus 25 a mu to ani nechcem akoby poťahať. Že je to zasraný proste toxický čuráček, ktorý robí niečo na schvál naopak, alebo tam tvrdohlavo robí píčoviny, čo nemá. Jo? A to je presne ten moment, že keď sa ti to takto nastráda viackrát ich vychytáš a ide to a rôzne vole a striedajú sa, tak proste to príde, no, ten zlom. Každý jeden z nás, čo mi tam napíšte teraz, kurva, tú jedničku do chatu, že každý jeden už ste mali nejaký zlom a bolo ich podľa mňa tak 450 000 do tej, kde ste povedali, že to kurva hodíte odinstalovať a už nikdy neinštalovať tú zasranú videohru. Vole, aj tak ako by ste to nainštalovali proste za len chvíľku, no proste, alebo nejaké obdobie.
And I don't feel like they deserve the win, even if we still might be able to get it. You see, as a pro gamer of 11 years, I learned to deal with defeat. I am remarkably okay with losing, maybe sometimes too much. Because that's what being a pro gamer is often about. It's learning how to process losing. But a lot of the players that I play with in Dota 2 don't know how to process it. They're so terminally online in Dota 2 that they've become a vengeful spirit. Enjoyed the game once, but now just beholden to the experience. And they don't feel like there's much joy in their gaming anymore, but they're still doing it because it's the thing they're familiar with. There's a lot of good games out there, and I refuse to spend all of my time playing a game where the main goal is to have fun, even if I'm a freaking tryhard at it. If I've got people on my team that just make me want to not play anymore, I think there's better ways to spend my time. Now, for a large part of that journey, I saw this kind of behavior, and I said to myself, I can handle it. I can deal with it. Sometimes you just mute the toxic players, or you pre-mute everybody, or the game is so good that despite of that aspect, you may still feel like it's okay, right? You toughen up a little. I think in a way, it was kind of good for me. You know, I'm mostly kind of a sensitive guy, I think. And I don't think it's weak to admit that. I'm sensitive to bad influences. I'm sensitive to people that do not want the best for you, but you're cooperating with them anyway. And I've got a lot of respect for people that are locked into a job, whatever it is. Some of you guys that are at a job where you're forced to work with someone on your team, right? You're forced to make the bottom line for your company work because that's your job and that's how you make rent or mortgage, right? And you don't like them at all. They're toxic, they're making you less motivated in your work, but you've...
Čo tak, kto z vás má v práci toxických spolupracovníkov, s ktorými nechce pracovať a tým pádom je v tej práci nespokojný? Nájde sa tam niekto taký chat? Stopol som to veľmi dobre. Pracujem sám, som Batman. Okay. Ja som jeden z tých toxických spolupracovníkov, to som si myslel práve starec, yes, no.
You gotta be professional, disciplined, you gotta grey wall them, you gotta, you know, I have an insane amount of respect for that. And there's not a moment that I don't realize how lucky I am to be a streamer, a tryhard casual with the entire rich pickings of the gaming scene at our disposal. And I think it's a massive golden age of mankind in general right now. Like, I know it's cool to like look at the past and say, oh, this was better in the past than whatever, or in the future we're gonna have spaceships. I think we're in a freaking golden age right now.
Ja si užívam takisto ako mordy.
I lived through the
Keď som proste ako kido začal tam hrať nejaké tie doty jednotky a tak podobne a bavilo ma to extrémne. V živote by som si ako nepovedal, že by sa tým dalo vôbec ako živiť. to ma ani nenapadlo, to vole, ani to nebol ani nápad.
Of amazing games like Warcraft 3 and Dota 2, and there's so many good games coming out right now. And are out right now that are ready to be explored. And I don't think it's worth it to like play Dota 2, which is a 10 out of 10, when the community sometimes can be quite disappointing. And I should avoid not to generalize, because there's a lot of passionate viewers and players that I've met, and it was so much fun playing with.
Sú tu ale proste na druhej strane tí srdeční, proste tí neskutoční fanúšikovia tej pravej krásnej doty ako starec, ako skřet, ako Tami, jo, ako Makvor. Jo, a ako ďalší, to sú presne oni.
At its best, Dota 2 is an insanely great experience, and it may still be right for you to play it now. Hell, I may come back to play it again. I had a 3-week break, and I came back and I played for a day or two, and I really enjoyed my first day back. I thought, yeah, Dota 2 is back on the menu. But it only took 1 or 2 bad experiences to remind me that I don't have to do this. My content is not beholden to this. There's lots of different things I could be doing. Lots of different games I could be interested in. And you know, out of 100 games that I play, there's only one where I'm getting that experience. Some people say that late stage ranked in League of Legends may have the same experience. There's no voice chat, which makes it a little bit more impersonal. But I didn't get that far in League of Legends. At least not yet. In Dota 2, I did get that far. I grinded from unranked and not knowing the game at all to 680 MMR in Herald, and then I took 420 days to go from Herald, which is the lowest rank there is, all the way to Immortal, which is the highest rank there is. Even though there's still an insanely big spectrum of skill difference in the Immortal slice, in the Immortal spectrum. So, what am I saying? Am I definitively quitting and never playing Dota 2 again? I'm not saying it definitively, but I don't look forward to a lot of days or a lot of games like the one I had today. And I think there's other games to play. I want to like it.
Proste, môj odhad, že to je, mark my words, za koľko to je, 15. v apríli proste tam zase bude akoby Dota on the menu, aspoň občas, úplne v cajku. Ja si osobne myslím, že Grubbyho bude oveľa viac ako to hranie do ty dvojky skôr baviť, ak dostane možno pozvanie akoby niekedy na nejaký akoby turnaječek tam, na nejaké Midas mody, možno si myslím ideálne od Slaxa, alebo či už akoby na nejaké tie ISLK, takéto ako podobné záležitosti.
Pre-mute everybody.
Aj mne samozrejme úplne plne oveľa viac vyhovuje komentovanie do ty dvojky ako hranie. Jo, pretože, no kurva, som starý kokot, ale proste baví ma skôr sa dívať na tú dotu, keď ako vyzerá nádherne a hrá sa to, ako sa to má hrať a je to ako kompetitív a není to niekedy random generátor grieferov, že jo, ale má to samozrejme svoje čaro, ako tiež, no, ne, že ne.
And say, hey, it doesn't matter if they're toxic, but you know, while pre-muting can be the right choice for someone that's forced to play Dota 2 because it's their main livelihood as a creator, or a pro player that's looking to get better and is forced to grind pubs, or even players that, like you guys watching right now, that think that Dota 2 is the best game ever, as I have felt for a long time, and it may still be the case. I may still think that. And if Dota 2 is your only game, I think pre-muting everyone is a great strategy. It's just the thing is, I like to leave the window open for light as well, and not just close.
Jo, já mám prostě ale taky stejný názor jako Grubby až, protože jakoby ten voice chat jako mám zapnutý a na dotě napríklad sa mi nestáva to isté, jako keď voice chat je random zapínaš, že neviem, v CS-kách, PUBG alebo niečom, tak reálne každý tretí encounter je jakoby, no brutál. You know. A co se týká doty, je to jako OK, občas jsou tam prostě rusáci nebo někdo podobný, či to jako zamutuješ a prostě chilluješ nějak. Nejhroznější jsou ale prostě taky ty úplně clueless týpečci, že se jako tváří, že jsou prostě hrozně jako nad vecou alebo niečo a pritom prostě tam hrajou úplnou píču, no.
The window.
Taky pasivně agresivné píče.
Against burglars. I like it when you get those magical experiences, when you've got people on your team, all kinds of different accents, all kinds of different ethnicities and backgrounds and styles and characters, and some people are flamboyant and some people are introvert, right? And you hear all kinds of voices, but you're all working there for a common good of trying to win that game. I think that's wonderful, and it makes the victory feel even better.
Presne, ale takýto pocit som mal po tejto poslednej hre, jak som dal toho na XCK s tým týmom, tam ako s tým Magnusom, keď bola celku ako tough game a nikto tam proste vole nikoho nepingoval, keď sa vole feedlo alebo niečo. Proste to bola zrovna taká tá rare game, kde sa proste stretli akoby good vibes. Jo, proste víš co, číruješ tam, keď niekto dá úplne insane kill proste a podobne, nejak sa tam ako ťaháš navzájom Gucci, rozumieš, dávaš tam nejaké vole buybacky a tak. A nikdo není toxic kokot a potom sa to prostě jednoducho dá vyhrať, jo? Když to keď je nevole někdo toxic kokot, prostě tak ani nechceš pre něho jako vyhrať potom to jako to MMR, prostě si jako odpustíš těch minus 25, nech to má on, vole, no a prostě máš minus vole 40 minut života, ale jako it is what it is, no.
There's many times I played League or Heroes of the Storm after embarking on my Dota 2 journey where I felt like I was missing voice chat or many of the other functionalities that Dota 2 comes with. But what I don't miss is people giving up at first blood. What I don't miss is people calling each other dog water, dog shit, and you should uninstall, and you're the...
Grubby, až by si s Vilébom nezahral, ty vole. Oh boy, tam bude psov podľa mňa dosť, ty vole, na showmeči.
Worst ever, and you're boosted, and you bought an account. Sometimes it's funny to hear that kind of diatribe, and sometimes it's just exhausting. And what always happens in me, I have been a competitive player for a very long time. Even before I started competing in tournaments, I would compete against my brothers, or I would compete online before I was a tournament player, right? And most of that was one-on-one. Team games are a new formula for me that basically started with Heroes of the Storm, as I haven't really played a lot of FPS, and it continued with Dota 2. And in team games, and in general in life, I like to think that when I'm cooperating with someone on the same side, we can set aside some differences to work towards the common good. We can avoid things getting nasty because I see my teammates as a resource. I try not to tick them off and annoy them because I'm trying to win that game together, and then we can move on our separate ways. But a lot of people can't do that. The moment I see someone on my team that's actively trying to lose, starting to use their abilities in a griefy way because they felt that there was an infraction against them by me or by anyone, when you tell them to chill out when they're constantly whining, the moment it gets to that point where I see they're actively starting to grief, my interest level in playing the game properly and my mood levels drop quite a lot. That's me. I can't change that about myself, which means that I'm no longer playing to win, which is a very alien feeling for me. And I think it's a waste of time to spend my time like that. I have better experiences that I want to get out of games and out of life than that. So for now, I don't know where it's gonna go. I might go play Dota 2 in a 5-man pickup team, right? Try to find people and play together with. Then I'll never have that experience.
Grubby až potrebuje kvalitných netoxických kamarádov na hranie do ty dvojky.
Experience again. Kind of isolating myself from the solo queue that I've often actually preferred in MOBAs. I love solo.
Lajdič, keby si zahral jednu hru s tebou, už by tu dvojku nezapol do piči, už by ostale na tom lolku, ty vole, shut the fuck up tam.
Queuing in general, so it would be kind of an alien approach for me, and trying to avoid having random teammates. When it's exactly that random teammates component that I've always found so enjoyable.
Ale teším sa na teba na krupku, Lajdič.
You know, It's kind
že
of
si pripravený
RNG in
pracovať.
itself. Warcraft 3 has RNG in the damage range and what items you can find. And Dota 2 has RNG what kind of teammates you're going to get. Are you going to have good teammates, bad? Good mood, bad? That's all part of it. But sometimes it just gets a bit too much. And I think I've taken enough of a break and done enough comebacks to realize that I'm not in some kind of short-term or long-term tilt. I have kind of lost interest to spend my time with teammates like that. And it's such a shame. If the community was better, Dota 2 would be one of the most fun communities to be a part of. Because there's lots of intelligent players, there's lots of passionate players, there's lots of people that are so passionate about the game. It is so cool to see a community of viewers and chatters and commenters that see all these little vagaries, all the little minutiae of the game, that appreciate.
To je presne teraz to vystihol úplne Grubson ako absolútny král. To je to, v čom sa akoby reálne vyžívam a prečo akoby robím viac menej aj ten content ako pre vás a tak podobne. Ja sa absolútne vyžívam v tom hľadať úplne v tom kompetitívnom play, každý ten cute malý little play v tom rýchlom fighte, kde sa deje 400 vecí, sa vyžívam akoby v tom, tam vidieť akoby všetko to dôležité, stihnúť to akoby nejak ako spomenúť, nejak to ako proste povedať a tak podobne, hrať sa akoby s týmto celým a úplne ako iba prenášať akoby tú Dotu 2, nejak ako tou atmosférou proste ako vám, ako divákom a niekomu, kto sa proste ako díva na tú Dotu 2, aby ho to proste bavilo, aby to mal niekde na telke, aby proste to mal len miesto, len neviem, večerného seriálu, whatever it is a užíval si proste nejakú tú Dotu 2, to je proste môj fucking goal a ja takisto úplne milujem, že tu mám proste zapálených ako ľudí, fucking roky, ktorí proste chodia na Dotu 2 a je to prostě ty vole absolutní sen jako samo o sebe, no. Ne, že ne, chat. Vy víte, že vás mám rád.
Appreciate all the skill that goes into high level play. We could be watching a tournament together and me, the vaunted pro gamer, doesn't see as much detail as someone in chat that I don't know what rank they are, but they're an experienced viewer and they pick up on all these cute little details. That's what actually attracts.
Jo, to si myslím, že jako mezi vami, čete, existují aj takzvaný, já to nazývám profesionální viewery, ale je ich veľmi málo. A to jsou jakoby ľudia, ktorí skill majú reálne 1K, ale jakože vidia akoby v tej dotičke akoby to podstatné a tak, ale to je prostě málo. A nepoviem vám, kdo z vás to je.
Me to streaming in the first place more than a decade ago. To realize that there's people out there like me that love the details of complex games. And that part is still beautiful. I'm not shitting on the game or even on the community. I'm just telling you where I'm at with it right now. So you may see less Dota 2 from me, maybe a lot less. I'll be exploring other games. Let's try not to see this as a bad thing. Let's be grateful for the time that we've had together and hopefully we can have more experiences like this. I am very grateful for it. I'm happy to have met all of you and to have enjoyed these.
Grubby, I will wait you in a Dota 2. I will wait you in a lovely party. I will wait for you if you want to enjoy Dota 2 with some friends, good old friends too. I'm here after that, okay? Go try something good. Go, Grubby, go play the whole Elden Ring and then the DLC in the summer. Kliknite mu to niekto, akoby čata, kliknite to.
And I have a new TV series to look at. Dream League, TI. I can now, and this was part of the reason why I played Dota 2 and League as well, because I wanted to understand worlds. I wanted to understand TI, these big gaming phenomena. And I'll always have that. I'll always understand the game to some degree. That's it for now, for me, with my thoughts on
Mňa naučil hrať Dotu Peter? To beriem ako veľkú poctu.
Dota 2 and its community. Hope you understand a little bit more about where I'm coming from, and I'll see you guys around with all the different games I'll be playing. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Well spoken, musím povedať. Čo to je? Kto náhodou ešte na toto videjko napríklad ako nedá like alebo niečo iné, tak by ste to akoby mali urobiť. Ja vám to sem akoby pekne vyzdielam, aby som bol ako profesionálny reakčný streamer. A jaký máte vy názor, čete, no? Jako ste Grubby enjoyers, sledovali ste akoby tu jeho cestu? Alebo iba tak ako nejak ako polo vás to ako zaujímalo, alebo ste ho nepoznali vôbec? Alebo vás to mrzí, že teraz akoby nebude na Dote furt, alebo ste to pozerali pravidelne? Aký máte na to názor, chat?